Yeah, good morning. Bang, bang, well. Yeah, Bindon, Johnny Bindon. I used to go down to Joe Pyle's pub and train down there, and he used to get in the ring with Roy Shaw, spar with Roy Shaw, and he really held his own with Roy Shaw. He knocked Roy Shaw about. And Joe Pyle used to like Bindon because Bindon had no fear. I mean, he couldn't go in the ring with a big knife, obviously, so, you know what I mean? But he had no fear and he could bang. Binder was a banger. Well, I know that because he hit me on the chin and he knocked me on my arse outside the Cromwellian, yeah? So I know that he had a dig on him. But he used to get in the ring with Shorey and held his own with Shorey. Well, Freddie Foreman, right, being the man he is, he was down there with Joe Pyle and they sort of got together and wanted to know why Bindon wouldn't be able to fight Lenny McLean. Because he's holding his own with Roy Shaw. I think Lenny had already beat Roy, or Roy had beat Lenny, and then there was another rematch and Lenny bashed Roy up bad, yeah? But here Bindon said, well, he'd fight Lenny, he's not fighting Lenny, he'd get in the ring room and have a go, yeah? So Freddie Foreman went up to Frankie Warren and put it on Frankie Warren that Bindon wants to fight Lenny McLean. A proper fight in a ring. And evidently, I don't know, this is what I've been told, evidently Lenny McLean didn't want to know. He said it's not worth it, it's not going to gain nothing by that, you know what I mean? But Bindon was a big name. Bindon was a big name around that time. He'd done some terrible things, Bindon, you know what I mean? So he had a big name. And I know what sort of person he was because of what he'd done to me, you know what I mean? But I was only a kid, really, not a kid, but a lot younger than what he was, yeah. And then on top of that, yeah, I got to hear that Bindon went down to Stringfellas, and put it on Lenny down Stringfellas. When Lenny didn't want to know. I think because Bindon put it on him, I think Lenny's a sort of person that if you put it on him, he doesn't want to know. It's vice versa. But some people you can put it on them and they collapse. It doesn't matter how hard they are, they collapse. Yeah, but evidently he put it on Lenny McLean, and Lenny McLean said he didn't want to know whether or not it was more frightened of Bindon pulling out something and stabbing him up. That could have been another reason why, because a lot of us, we don't like being stabbed up. I've been stabbed up a few times, you know what I mean? But a lot of us don't like being around people who carry knives, you've got to get in quick, Perhaps that could have been one of the reasons, but evidently Lenny pulled away and said no, but Bindon was not a coward. Fair play to Bindon. He wasn't a coward. I was told that him and Lenny got together as mates. After what happened, Frankie Warren got them together and had a little chat and they become mates. But as far as I know, that Bindon never would have Lenny as a mate. Who he wanted to do is get him in the ring and fight him. Bindon after the knife thing, when he killed John the Dart and all that, when he killed him, he went downhill, didn't he? No one wanted to know him in the field game. It was very, very hard for him to get money. He was always going around asking people for money, pouncing money, and I was told that he had a big gold chain, a massive great big gold chain with a boxing glove on it, yeah, gold boxing glove. And I was told that he pawned that. Someone gave him some money and he gave him the chain and the boxing glove, told him he pawned it, but he never went back for it, yeah, because he never had the money to get it back. I've also done it myself. I had a big chain and with a big seal on the end of it. I've had that also. I've been skint and I was on a crack and I put it in to get some money and never ever got it back. We all do them sort of things. But anyway, Bindon, he was a force, yeah. He was a force, mate, and he has done some terrible things. But to put it on Lenny McLean in Stringfellas, this is only what you get to hear. I mean, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? I pulled out. I pulled out Johnny Bindon myself outside outside Stringfellas, and went round the corner and give him straight away, because afterwards, as a kid, he knocked me out, really, put me on my arse and really give me a good bang, and I never forgot that, yeah. And when I did actually see him in Stringfellas, I pulled him out, we went round the corner and I hit him quick. I threw a punch at him so fast, mate, it was unbelievable. I knocked him on the floor and bashed him up, yeah. But I'm not saying that that I'm better than Lenny McLean, and I'm not saying I'm better than Bindon. I'm just saying that I got the first punch in, and I could bang, and Bindon went over, and I didn't give him a chance to pick at anything from his boot, his waist, inside his pocket or anything. I just battered him, yeah, and walked away and left it like that. And the only time that I see Bindon was around my father-in-law's house, and when he was ill, very ill, been to the club to go there to see Alan Stanton, and Bindon wasn't there, and all that sort of thing, because, listen, people like myself, yeah, when you have a row and someone clumps you, gets the better of you, you don't give it. I'm never one of them persons that don't give in. I ain't going to give up. If I see that person again on another fight until I win that fight, that's the sort of person I am. I ain't letting anybody come on top with me, you know what I mean? If they do, they're never going to ever in their life have a second best like me. They might beat me, but they never again want to fight me, mate. Believe me, they never again want to fight me. That's how it was. That's how it was with me. But yes, I strongly believe big time that Bindon did pull Lenny McLean in the club, in Stringfellas, and Lenny McLean's bottle went. I do believe that, yeah. I do believe that that Freddie Foreman said to Joe Pyle, let's get hold of Frankie Warren and get Bindon and Len as a match. I believe that, and it never happened. I believe that too, yeah. Every time I do a podcast about Lenny McLean, I get people in the comments saying, yeah, but you don't like Lenny McLean. Lenny McLean's this. Listen, let me tell you something. Lenny McLean's a legend, yeah? Lenny McLean's a big, big, big legend. He'll always be the big legend. Lenny McLean's a big, big, powerful man that done the wrong thing, like I did. He got on the steroids. He was only, when I first met Lenny McLean, 16.5, 17 stone, he was no more, maybe even less than that, yeah? When I met him, so I think it was the Mayfair, when Cliff Fields fought Ronnie Red up there, boxed on. I was on that actual video myself, fighting Brian Hall, yeah? But Lenny, when he got on the roids killed him, mate. Even though he died of cancer, the steroids caused the cancer, you know what I mean? And he was a big, big, powerful man. Frightening to talk to, frightening to be in his company, very, very intimidating, But he could intimidate people that didn't really know him, but people that knew him knew how he was, very loud, in a bully way, yeah. But I had big, big respect for Len. Big, big respect for him, mate. And rest in peace, Lenny McLean. Rest in peace, Roy Shaw. But Lenny McLean and also Johnny Bindon. Roy Shaw, another very hard man, yeah. Everybody disrespects Roy in a way when Lenny knocked him all around the ring. Even today, I think that was a setup. I don't think that really happened like that. I think that it was a bit of a setup, I think that Roy maybe threw the fight, and maybe it looked too unreal to me for a man So he punched around the top rope for about 30 seconds, and not hit the floor. Nah, don't happen like that. Anyway, again, I'm going to say that Lenny McLean was a legend, a big legend. Roy Shaw, big legend. Johnny Bindon, big legend. Joe Pyle, another big legend. All them rest in peace, yeah. But never forget, I might run Lenny down, right? But believe me, the guy, he was what he was, mate. And that name's never going to go. He'll always be the governor. You can't take that away from him, even if everybody thinks they're the governor. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Well. Please press the like button, subscribe, and good morning, yeah? Nice one.